welcome to Katrina's Creations. This is episode 227. Please ignore the messy hair. I can only comb it so much right now, which I will explain. Apparently, if you watched Wednesday's video, and if you hear the banging in the background, that is Cricket. She did a little fall off of our back porch. She only fell like 5 inches, but she injured her little foot and now she's drinking out of her bowl. Every time I film, she runs over and drinks out of her bowl. But anyway, needless to say, she twisted her little foot and ended up with like a splint, which kind of looks like a cast, and it's all the way up to her hip. And so she's hobbling around, and we're jokingly calling her Cricket the Puppy Pirate because, yeah, she looks like a peg-leg pirate. All she needs is a patch and a parrot on her shoulder and she'll be good. But apparently I was jealous that the dog was getting all the attention, so I decided to fall last night too. And yeah, I did it good, and actually on the same porch that the dog fell. She has to be carried down to the grass, so I carried her down. This was like at midnight. Dave had already gone to bed, and I was picking her back up and turned to come back up onto the patio, which is only about 4 inches from the ground, and I don't know if my shoe caught or what happened. The next thing I knew, I was falling face forward onto the concrete patio. So I hit both knees on the concrete, I hit my finger, and then I hit my forehead right here. I've got a big, underneath the bangs here, I've got a big goose egg that's starting to bruise, and thankfully my glasses did not get scratched or anything, because I mean I literally did a face plant onto the patio. And so anyway, it hurts to comb my hair, so this is what it is today, just because this is what it is. It's just, yeah, anyway, bending over tends to make it throb a little bit. So but I'm fine. I mean, it could have been a lot worse, but it wasn't, thank goodness. But anyway, that's why the hair, long story to tell you that's why my hair is a mess. But anyway, let's get started with what you guys came for. And that is, what did I get done this week? I finished my Christmas tree skirt. I started to say my Christmas tree, but no, the skirt for the Christmas tree. So it would not have bare little legs, because that could be embarrassing. So anyway, here it is. There we go. So I can open it up so you can see how it ended. Now here's the funny thing. I really didn't have that much that I had to do from last week, because here's where I was last week. So I just came up about 6 rows. I did my entire last row was going to be a solid double crochet, like this row is. I ran out of yarn this far from the end of the row, so I ripped out the entire row. And I mean, this is pretty long to go all the way around. I mean, it's probably a few yards all the way around. It does ruffle slightly. There's the other end. So it's several yards to go all the way around at this point. Even though it's only maybe about 10 inches widthwise from where the tree trunk will be. But I think it'll at least cover over the legs of the artificial Christmas tree. But anyway, then I thought, well, how can I end this? It's going to look good. So I did the first row here of these little just chain stitches and gathering them with 3 stitches in between, so it's kind of loopy. And then I ended up with some extra, so I went back and did a second row. So I think that kind of finished it off a little better anyway than just the double crochet. So it just gives it kind of a lacier finished look. So yes, my Christmas tree is done. My Christmas tree, I'm still saying it, my Christmas tree skirt is done. So there it is, and I will insert a picture of what it looks like when it's laid flat. It does, like I said, does have a slight ruffle to it, but it's not too bad. So I will insert a picture of what that looks like. So that's my finished object. Then I have my works in progress, and I did an entire row, which is 12 of the squares. I did an entire 12 across and weaved in the end, so Beverly, you can be proud of me. Here we go. This is some yarn I got at the Knitting Cottage at a knitting retreat last year before the craziness ensued. So it was back in February. So that, and I don't remember what it was or what it was called or anything. I did use this in my Find Your Fade as well. So there's that one. And then there is this, which is really pretty. It's kind of like grays and greens and whites. And then there's this one. Some of these, like this one, I was running out of some of this, the lighter yarn. So I actually striped it with some other yarns that I had. And then this one is, it's called Graphite. It is a hedgehog fibers. And there's this one. I have no idea what it's called, but it's like minty colors, like minty green and like a real light pink. And then it has little flecks of brown in it. Kind of reminds me of chocolate chip ice cream. And then there's this one. And I'm holding them up and the light's showing through, and then you can't see what they look like as well. So maybe I'll hold them up with me behind it. And then this one I like because it kind of looks like fall colors. And this one I got from Karen Lyons when she and I exchanged yarn advent calendars. Not this past year, but the year before. And then there's some of this. And this is some of Legacy Fiber Arts. And this is again one that I ran out of yarn with, but I wanted to use the yarn because I thought it was pretty, so I had another brown and I mixed with it at the end. And this one is a pink speckled. And I think it is also hedgehog fibers. And then I have like a chestnut brown. So that is my row this week. So it is now actually completely square. It is 12, I think it's, no, it's how many? Let me see. 1, 2. It's 10 rows high this way and 12 rows wide. So I'm not quite even square yet. So, and I'm going to do this till I run out of yarn. And then Yoka, who is a viewer, longtime viewer, she and I are exchanging yarn advent calendars at Christmas time. So I will work on this till I run out of yarn, and then the rest of the yarn, when we do the yarn exchange, will go into this. So that is my one that is my one work in progress. Now we come to my sweater, and I am getting very close to the end where I start the ribbing. However, I think I might change this a little bit because I have plenty of yarn and I want this sweater to be a little lower than my waist. It hides my hips better. And so I might change the bottom because I don't know that I really want to do ribbing. I kind of like the idea that it is flaring out slightly. And I think I kind of like that. It'll hide so much, and you know. And it's black, which will help hide even more. So yes, maybe I should make a tent. Maybe I should knit a tent. Yes, that could be. I keep hoping hoop skirts will come back into style because I could hide my hips underneath those hoops and nobody would be the wiser. I could eat out all the time and nobody would care because it wouldn't show. Although I don't think I'd like corsets. Yeah, anyway, I digress. Let me show you what I've got so far. So here is my color work, which you all have seen. And then here is the sweater, the rest of it. And let me see if I can find. Here's how far I've gotten this week, which is about 3 inches from here up to here. And it's supposed to have 9 inches, or yeah, 9 increases. It's supposed to be 11 I think it's 11 3/4 inches from the underside of the sleeve, like from the underarm down. I'm at about 8 right now. So based on the pattern, I need to have about 3 3/4 inches to go. But like I said, I might make that longer, and then you start the ribbing and you go down to a smaller needle. Like I said, might do something different just because I kind of like the idea of it flaring like an A-line. So yeah, we might go longer than that and not put ribbing, but maybe just some kind of a garter stitch or pretty border at the end that'll keep it from curling. I don't want to do raglan where it kind of just rolls at the end. However, it really would look pretty with an I-cord bind off. There's a thought. So yeah, not sure what kind of ending I'm going to do, but I am not going to make it like taper in with ribbing at the bottom. It's going to be changed. So that is my works in progress. Now what's going to be my next crochet project? I'm going to insert a picture of the pattern I'm going to do. It's called the Kalaheo. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Kalaheo. It is Hawaiian, and it means proud day. I looked at it. It's actually in the pattern. It talks about it, why it's named that. It means proud day, and it's talking about because anytime you make a project, it's nice to be able to be proud of something that you made. So I thought that was kind of neat. So it is a t-shirt. It's a short sleeve top, and it does call for a fingering weight. I was going to use Lion Brand Sun, I think it's called Sun Kissed, Summer Kiss, something like that. I was going to use that yarn, but that is a 4 weight, which is worsted. So I need to rummage upstairs in the craft cave and find a fingering weight. However, right now, because my knees are sore from my fall, going upstairs is not really an option at this point. So once I'm able to go upstairs in a couple days, I will go up there and kind of weed through. So next Saturday, when you watch the video, we'll all be surprised together at what I'm making it with. So I do have some fingering weight up there, so it'll be made with something like that. So we'll just all be surprised. So that's going to be my next project. So what have you all been working on this week? Now in acquisitions, I have a couple things to show, a couple things I've ordered that haven't come in yet. So I'll tell you about those first. If you watch my sales that I run whenever I run across a sale, there was a sale from Annie's earlier this week where you could get free shipping. Katrina did a little shopping, and what I got is, it's just a basic acrylic, I can't even remember the name of it. I think it's Premier Basix, something like that. I'll put it down here exactly what it's called, and I'll insert a picture what it looks like. But anyway, I ordered 2 skeins or 3 skeins. 2 skeins, I think. I ordered 2 different colors of teal, a light and a dark. Now this isn't for me, but my granddaughter is going to college in the fall, which makes me feel exceptionally old. But anyway, she's going off to college, and so teal is her favorite color, so I thought it would be kind of fun to make her just a little throw that she could stick on her dorm room bed so that, you know, she knows Grandma's thinking of her. And you know, if it's one of those things, if you're just a little chilly and you don't want to like lay down in bed, but you just want something to wrap around you while you're doing your homework or whatever, I just thought it'd be something fun to make for as a special little going away present. So it's 2 different colors of teal. They say teal, I'd say turquoise, but anyway, it's teal is the bigger word, I guess, right now, or the more popular way of saying turquoise. But anyway, it's a light and a dark, and I am going to see which pattern she would like. I'm going to either make it in a ripple pattern, which they now call chevron, but you know, like when they first started making it in the 70s, we all called it ripple. So anyway, it's either going to be ripple or it's going to be, I could do one of those circular blankets if she likes, the circular one like I made for the baby blanket, or I could do, what's the other one? Oh, or I could do a C2C. So I'm going to see what, that sounds fun. I'm going to C2C, and I'm going to see what she would like to have me make. So anyway, yes, we're going to do that. So that was my one acquisition. And then when I went to pay for it, they made an offer. You could get a first edition of Crochet World, and then you can cancel the order after that. I will probably cancel the order after that. But anyway, you know, it's free, so I'll try it out. So yes, I have a free Crochet World magazine that will be coming in a few weeks to look at. So then the other things I have had for a while, but I didn't show them. So these are going to be, this is not knitting or crochet related. This is fleece, and these are the type of, like, they're packaged. They come from Joann's, and there's a top and a bottom here, and you cut around the edges. Let's see if I can show you the picture here. I have to unhook it so I can show you the picture. Okay. You cut around the edges like little tags, and then you tie the bottom and the top together. And it's a no-sew blanket. So I have this one in gray for my daughter and son-in-law for their house. I have this one for one of my grandsons is really, really big into fishing. And this one's perfect because it's got fish and tackle boxes and all kinds of things that say gone fishing. And so it's like a white color. The back of it is just a solid blue. So anyway, so I got that for him. And the third one I got for my son and daughter-in-law because, and it's kind of, it's more hunting lodge type of looking. So there it is. And they are both very much into hunting. So it even says hunting, it says welcome to the lodge. So I thought that that would be perfect for them. And that's what the colors look like, kind of rusts and earth tones. So Those are all going to be Christmas presents at this point, and they shouldn't take that long to put together. I just have to sit down and do them. So those are 3 Christmas presents that I'm doing. So that is my acquisitions. Now another little announcement is I've noticed that since we hit 3,000, we're growing pretty quickly at this point. When I looked last time, we were at 3,066 subscribers. So I thought it would be kind of fun, and since I cleaned out the craft cave upstairs and I have a whole bunch of yarn set for giveaway box stuff, I thought it would be fun to do a giveaway every time we hit another 100 subscriber milestone until we hit 4,000. So with it being 66, we only have 34 to go, and we will hit the 3,100. So as soon as I hit 3,100, I will do another giveaway. So I thought it'd be kind of fun every time I hit another 100, like I said, to do a giveaway. So just to make you aware of that, if you have not already hit that little red subscribe button down below, please do so. And if you click that little bell icon next to it, it will let you know anytime that I post a video, which is always on Saturdays and usually on Wednesdays. So those of you who are already subscribed, I really appreciate every week that you guys watch and you know, everything. I just appreciate it. And you guys are my friends, and you know, I got knitting and crochet buddies all over the world, which is great. Now it's time for... So in our Come and Get It section today, Leisure Arts, they're not running a sale. Sadly, I never see that many sales come through for Leisure Arts. But I did think, since I'm making a crocheted top, it would be fun to kind of look at some of their fashions that they've got out there for summer. So I looked for knitting and for crochet. So knitting, I found Knits for Summer. It's a book. There's several patterns. I didn't look to see how many patterns are in there, but there are several patterns in there, and it runs between $7.99 and $9.99, depending on whether you get the book downloaded or whether you get the actual print version of the book. So that is called Knits for Summer. And then the crochet, they have a book called Super Simple Summer Tops, and it's $7.99. I think it is just strictly downloaded, but here's what it looks like. And there's lots of tops in there as well. Now over at Knit Picks, I thought I would take a peek at what they had. They weren't running any sales that I ran across. However, they do have, Brava yarn, which I have bought before. I have some Brava worsted weight acrylic yarn. And the solid color runs usually, right now at least, they're running it for $2.49. So I will put a link to all of these down in the description box. So anyway, the Brava solid colors are $2.49, which is really cheap for a decent worsted weight acrylic. But now they are also making speckled Brava worsted weight yarn, and it's only $3.49, and it's speckled, so it looks pretty good. You know, a lot of times you get things that are called speckled or quote hand painted, and they don't look that great. This one actually looks pretty good. I had to kind of do a double take at it, but it's not like, it's not done by hand, but it looks like a fancier dyer, so it's pretty good. And there's 218 yards per skein for $3.49 for the speckled. So I will put links to that down below if you want to check it out. Now over at Ice Yarns, the yarn I made this sweater with was from Hobium, but I found an equivalent to Hobium at Ice Yarns. And I will put a link down below what it is. It is called Alpaca Classic, and it's the same yardage, it's the same fiber content, which is a alpaca, wool, and acrylic mix. So it's a blend. And so this is pretty much the same blend over at Ice, and it's the same amount of yardage and everything. So yeah, if you want to check it out, and it's cheap over at Ice. It is $1.75 a skein, and they come in a 4 skein pack. So I'll put the total, what that would be per package. You know, 'cause you buy it, you don't buy just usually 1 skein. You have to get like the whole pack. So anyway, yeah, relatively cheap. So, and it is really soft too. It's not as soft as like plain alpaca, but it is definitely nice and soft. So, yeah, I'll put the equivalent of it, like I said, down below in the Ice yarns. Now, I'm not affiliated with Joann Fabrics or anything, but I was notified of a sale, and I'm not sure how long the sale is lasting. But Lion Brand notified me about it. Joann's store, in their stores and online right now, you can get, oh, I do have a date. I do have a date. It runs until April 21st, okay? You can go into Joann Fabrics, or you can order on Joann.com mandala yarn for $3.99. Yeah. And they're offering free shipping. If you go through Joann's, it's free shipping on orders over $25. You do need to use a coupon code LionBrand25. So, yeah. Anyway, and the $25 has to be all on Lion Brand yarns in order to get that free shipping. So, again, it's Joann Fabrics or Joann.com, and it's mandala yarn for $3.99, runs till April 21st, and you can get free shipping with purchases over $25, but the $25 has to be all Lion Brand yarns in order to qualify for it. And you do need to use that coupon code LionBrand25. So, yes, that is it for the sales that I'm aware of this week. And then, of course, I post every time I run across other sales, like from Annie's and Lion Brand. They tend to do a lot of flash sales. So does Lovecrafts. So I just let you know as it becomes available. One thing I am aware of right now with Lion Brand, I just got an email. This is Friday when I'm filming this. If you liked their Cotton Ease yarn, they don't have it. They stopped making it. Well, they made a temporary batch. So if you liked their Cotton Ease when they had it available, it is temporarily available again. It is $5.99 a skein, but I did see it over in Lion Brand if you want to check it out. I don't know how long they'll have it. I guess maybe just till supplies last, but they do have it if you're into the Cotton Ease yarn. So that's it for today's video. Wednesday's video this week, if you missed last week's, you can click the link right over here. But last week I did what's in my crochet queue. This week is going to be what's in my knitting queue. Now, I have tons and tons of things in my knitting queue because I've been knitting for 20 some years. I guess it's like 24, 25 years. So there's a lot of patterns in there. So I'm not going to show all of them. It would be like running a movie length show. I don't think we need to do that. We'd be bored. Everybody would be bored with that. So what I am going to do is pick out some that are my favorites. And those are the ones I'll show you, or some of the patterns that are my favorites and whether I've made them or not. So that will be Wednesday's video. So thank you all for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. And I will see you Wednesday. So thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.